Okay, thank y'all for standing by. Welcome to Staying in the Light Society. Staying in the light leads to your higher self. Call me Tyson. How's everyone out there? You know, I spoke recently about Christianity and the fact that it really, when you say a Christian, you're calling someone an idiot by definition because it comes from the word Cretan. Do your research. So when they're in Antioch, when they call them Christians, that wasn't a good thing to be called a Christian back then. That was like somebody who it was like today calling somebody crazy, or stupid, or obtuse. So they take that idea and they run with it. They say that's why we are Christians today, not knowing it means by definition uh, deficiency, mental deficiency. But because people don't read and study etymology, you can call yourself an idiot and be proud of it. But that's not what I come to talk about. I want to talk about when I say Satan controls the world, he rules the world. You know, the creator's in control of it. Why would you say that old school? Why would you say Satan rules the world? Well, not just the point about religion, but in the political area, let's look at it there. They call this the greatest world, greatest democracy. What is democracy? The democracy is when government represents the people. The government follow the needs, the wants of the people. It represents the people wants. That's not the case in most countries today, most Western countries. In case you didn't know, when they say Western, they're talking about European, so called. Well, if they're not democracies, what are they? People say, by definition, the Constitution says we're a republic. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you talk about what type of government do you have that runs where you have money ruling. Yeah, money rules. Show me the money. Give you one example, and I'm going to elaborate on the idea of what kind of government rules America. But I'm going to give you some examples. You can come up with you can find the answer yourself. I'm going to give you some examples. Most Americans agree that we should have free education, free health care. Yeah, like in Europe, there's free education, free health care. Many, many benefits America can only dream of. But why that's not happening? If this is what the people want. Why you have a private prison industry? And you know when those cells are not filled, they lose money. So it serves the interest to have people in prison. They make money. It's a business. So you have to target certain populations who have no political power, meaning you can just imprison them and nobody's going to really complain because they have no lobby. You know what a lobby is, right? A lobby is when you pay politicians to do or not to do a certain thing. It's big, big business. That's why, originally, people who ran for the government in America, you're supposed to have your own source of income. You're supposed to be still working. You don't do government all day. You're supposed to have a job. However, it's a business because they are supported by lobby groups. So the reason why you will never have health care, which most people want, free health care, free education, is because lobby groups pay off the government officials, the representatives, not to have that. Lobby groups make crazy laws to keep marijuana a crime, to keep the prisons filled, to target certain populations, to run their business. Yeah, who has the money controls the government. Didn't Rothschild say that? You don't care what kind of government you have. If I control the money, I control the government. Now you call that an oligarchy. Oligarchy or plutocracy. Plutocracy. When the rich run the government. That's it. That's it. It's a government run by the rich. That's why you got a billionaire in now. And not just in America. Go do your research other countries. The heads, see if they're millionaires. Billionaires. See, millionaire is nothing now. Now you got to be a billionaire. And where you got billionaires, you got lots and lots of poverty because they had to steal that money from somewhere. That's why they're so afraid of socialism, because in socialism, the state owns property. There's no private ownership. And the last stage of socialism is communism. That's why America will never be a communist country, because it gonna make a lot of people poor. Yeah. These people do not want to be poor. But I mean, not just, we're talking about living comfortable and in filthy rich. When you say somebody's filthy rich, it means it's obscene because they don't need all that money. Yeah, you don't need what you gonna do with two cars? You can only drive one at a time. I mean, come on, man. What's with this conspicuous consumption? That's what Carter Woodson called it, and he said conspicuous consumption. They want to be seen in luxury. They can't pay their rent, but they got a new car, looking good, because they want to be seen. So that's it. That's it. Nothing else to say about that. This is an oligarchy, a plutocracy. Money rules. Money keeps prisons full. Money keeps the hospitals full. And not only that, people can't pay the bills. Money keeps crime. Because if you have people who are poor, you're financing crime. Let me say that again. That miss some of y'all. If you don't invest in the people so they can have a livable standard wage, you're financing criminality. Now, yes, crime is a bad thing, but where does the crime first starts? Does it start with the criminal, or does it start high up when people got more than they need? And they call themselves Christians. Oh, this is crazy. What's going on in the chat? I'm going to get off here. Get off my soapbox. Hey, what's going on? Thank y'all for coming in, for greeting me. Appreciate you all. And we're going to get out of here. Any questions? Any disagreements? Or somebody said, did I lie? Or did I stay in the light of truth? That's what we do here. I mean, you can't do it any other way. This is my bread and butter is truth. Because I sustain myself by the words of truth. Not money. I haven't asked y'all for a thing. Okay. Now, I don't say be poor. I say be rich. So you won't have to be in prison by some